Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and highest honors to Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father in Paleo-Ancient Hebrew, and to Yahweh Shai, the one that ignorantly called Jesus Christ, his name in Paleo-Ancient Hebrew. Double honor to the Apostle Elders, great millstone and rule well. Salutation to you, few brothers and you few sisters that are enduring to the end. All right, and brothers that's putting in work, preaching, teaching, and prophesying this word, truth, and sincerity. It's the brother Ariaga from the Grand Rapids, Michigan camp here with another nifty lesson. Let's get into it. All right. So what you see right here is Army Sniper Nicholas Irvin. If you haven't checked out his story, I suggest you do. Great interviews. The ones that I've watched, like this one in particular, is on Vlad TV. Don't care for that culture vulture, but it's a Jake, Coach K, that's interviewing him. Matter of fact, I think Coach K interviews him like 3 different times. You know, he's been on there like 3 or 4 different times on the show. And he has a very amazing story. Pretty dope, man. You know, he's a very accomplished sniper. Um, what was he? He was also Army Ranger. Okay. Um, and he's been through the trenches. He's been through the realness, and you know, his thoughts and you know, just his combat awareness experience has given him a heightened understanding of the situations that's taking place in the United States. What you see right now, ICE running amok. You know, it's just getting worse and worse with that situation. It's only a matter of time before, you know, they're used as a Gestapo to push forward anything Trump says. Hey, get rid of him, get rid of them, get rid of them. You know, it's just going to be it's a private police force with the backing of, you know, the United States Marines. So it's only a matter of time before this boils over. And what you've been seeing is people just getting fed up. All right. What they've been doing is, you know, basically getting the public accustomed to dealing with the military, extreme police prejudice, now the military, because we're in a police state and we're, you know, basically in the last final portions of um, transferring everything over into a military state, okay? A martial law state, if you will. And they've been egging the people on through Trump and the Epstein files. He even has, you know, MAGA, his whole MAGA horde is pissed off with him because, you know, Trump was friends with Epstein. I believe Epstein is still alive, you know. And he was valuable to the elites because he was able to traffic in young women from the United States and from all over the world, wherever. You know, he specialized in getting these celebrities and these stars and these politicians and people in high places, um, you know, young women from 13 on down. Okay. And, you know, he would have these parties. I even had a video where, you know, they tied a young woman down and she was in the sun baking, and, you know, they was using a magnifying glass on her, and then, you know, the sun, you know, it was just burning her up, torturing her, you know. But this is the shit that those elites get off on. And as this becomes more and more common public knowledge, people are getting fed up, as they should. But this civil war is not just about some race war, because in the midst of the civil war, it can be multiple things going on, from a race war to, you know, a lot of these white supremacist groups, they hate the government too. And, you know, these things are going to start boiling over, and a lot of heads are going to continue to clash until it's just all out war. Okay. And so I have a couple of videos of people's responses to this and to the realization of this and how everything is basically falling in place to basically follow through with these things because we are right here at the cusp of the mark of the beast going, and then after that going into World War III. But this Civil War is right around the corner. All right, and all hell will be breaking loose. Even in the scriptures, it points it out. Without further ado, let's see what he has to say.
We're heading toward another war right here. Yeah. In the good old US of A. Been preaching it. We're due for one. We're due for one. We're due for it. I'm telling you, we're due for it. I think eventually this bubble's gonna pop. That's my theory. I don't think that this can go on for too much longer. I give it like to 2030 before. I mean, I don't think we're gonna make it to that far, but we're on a slippery slope towards another civil war, and I'm not going to say I'm cool with that. I think a lot of people think they want it, but I don't think they're ready for the type of environment and the people who operate in environments like that. I don't think they're ready for that. You know, the last thing, and I was talking to my wife about it, the last thing you want is guys like me out on the streets fighting a war with no rules of engagement, where I make up my own. And you don't want that. The average civilian's not ready for that. Like, why is Nick doing that? Why did Nick do this to me? Because only Nick matters. Only my family. At the end of the day, yeah, guerrilla warfare is a bitch. And you're my friend one moment, but the next moment, if you got something I want or I need to take care of my family, I won't let you know about it. And I'm going to kill the block. That's the way it should be. That's war. We're heading toward another war right here. Yep. In the good old US of A. Been preaching it. We're due for one.
And he kept that shit real. He kept it real. Like, you my friend one minute, next minute, shit, you got what I need for my family. I'm all over your ass. All right. This is Second Ezra 15 and 15. Had to come out with the big guns first, man. Shit. We can go 15 and 14. Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world. Woe means destruction. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And it doesn't just mean, it's going to be like a race war. As you'll find out in this video, these white supremacists and these militias, these like they got the Michigan militia is a big one here in Michigan. You know, they don't care for this government structure. Okay. And they've been out there training for years upon years upon years for this very thing. And they do it often. All right. Like he said, so most civilians aren't ready for that. They think they are, but they're not, man. You know, and guys like him and individuals that are well trained and versed for combat, that's the ones that they're going to be in that element. But I don't care how cold you are with combat, skills, war, anything. Let me tell you something. If the Most High is not with you, all of that's going out the window. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men." Right, and that sedition is, you got men speaking out openly against this government right now. Just recently, the Colbert Report. If you're not familiar with that show, I think it's on Comedy Central. It's been going. It's been running for years. I don't know if it's a Colbert Report or I forgot the name of the show, but basically, Stephen Colbert came out and he said some things about what Trump was doing. I think it was about the Epstein stuff or something like that. Made a joke about it, but now Trump ordered his show to be taken off of the air. Why? Because as a dictator, there ain't no such thing as free speech, and of course, the people are getting riled up about it. All right. And that sedition is just stirring up other people in their heads, to read. Like, you can just tell them the truth about what's going on in the current state of things, and make them realize, and they'll be, up in arms mentally and physically, right? It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard the kings or their kings, nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They ain't gonna give a damn about who's the president, who's the senator, who's the governor, who's the police chief. All that shit goes out the window. You know, all of that is going to go out of the window. Okay, and like I said right there, and invading one another. And that's what Nicholas Irvin was just basically getting at. You got what I need for my family. We'll be friends one minute, but the next minute, shit, it's on and popping. It says a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And if men is afraid, then goddamn, women is mortified. Say a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Like Nick was saying, but shall destroy their house with the sword. And the present day swords, these guns, these weapons. It says, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that's what he was getting at right there. Let me play that one more time.
One. We're due for one. We're due for it. I'm telling you, we're due for it. I think eventually this bubble's going to pop. That's my theory. I don't think that this can go on for too much longer. I give it like to 2030 before. I don't think we're going to make it to that far, but we're on a slippery slope towards another civil war. And I'm not going to say I'm cool with that. I think a lot of people think they want it, but I don't think they're ready for the type of environment and the people who operate in environments like that. I don't think they're ready for that. The last thing, and I was talking to my wife about it, the last thing you want is guys like me out on the streets fighting a war with no rules of engagement, where I make up my own. And you don't want that. The average civilian's not ready for that. Like, why is Nick doing that? Why did Nick do this to me? Because only Nick matters. Only my family. At the end of the day, yeah, guerrilla warfare is a bitch. And you're my friend one moment, but the next moment, if you got something I want or I need to take care of my family, I won't let you know about it. And I'm going to kill the block.
Period.
That's the way it should be. That's war. We're heading toward another.
That's war. Mm-hmm. Now, when you see things like this, people like, oh, they're just sending that out, sending it to, to Middle East and stuff like that for the battles over there. No, a lot of this stuff that they are ferrying, like this is just on the Mississippi River. I can't remember, but basically, no, they're shipping this stuff inward. A lot of this stuff is coming from the ports and it's going into, the National Guards and the different military posts and stations that they have established within cities near you. This is what they do. This is what they've been doing. I've been making videos for some years showing all the different since COVID lockdowns, making videos and showing them bring in different tanks and it's not being sent to the coast. It's going towards hundreds of them, on trains and convoys going straight into the country, into nearby cities and nearby bases and what have you. Some updated technology. One of the reasons we pulled a lot of those vehicles out of the Middle East, and they said they left a lot of them there. Well, yeah, the ones they sent back, they're right here in the United States, and they will be utilized against American people. Yeah, man. Yeah, damn. Yeah. I mean, I've never seen that many military vehicles on a barge. You know, like that shit is crazy. That is crazy. And seeing the times to come, you're gonna find situations where, when all hell starts popping off, you're gonna find situations where, they'll use guerrilla warfare. Like you said, guerrilla warfare is a motherfucker. Um, and they're gonna start using that guerrilla warfare, those hit and run tactics to sink shit like this, just to slow the military down, you know. But it's gonna become commonplace in the society soon. And this one with the military, is in LA because of the riots and what have you. They still are. Um, the ICE riots and what have you. They had the Marines scouring through these parks in LA, talking about looking for MS-13 gang members and all this bullshit in the broad daylight, sweeping across it like they in a fucking Vietnam movie, moving in troop formations and, across Canada. Look, they're getting, and then people is just in the park, and this is what they see. They're getting you desensitized towards seeing a military occupation, because normally a normal person in a normal society, they're supposed to be up in arms about this shit because of the posse comitatus, which states that, you can't have a standing army in the cities, patrolling the cities and doing what they're doing right now, and this is just becoming commonplace. What they doing is they getting, the masses accustomed to seeing this like it's normal, and it's far from it. Check it out.
Disgusting. Fucking disgusting ass pigs, dude. Disgusting. So you guys are here to pick up the crackheads, right? Is that what you guys are picking it up? That's all you're gonna find in the park is crackheads. Legal crackheads. Legal. I promise.
Now, what I want you to do is look at these Humvees. All right, you see this door on this Humvee? These are up armored Humvees. These are built to take a blast from IED, an improvised explosive device, or RPG. These are battle tested. The fucking glass on it is 7 inches thick. The doors weigh about 75 pounds. They need this shit to scour for MS-13, and because of these riots, no. They're flexing. This is a show of force.
It's legal. I promise. Oh yeah, they're not worried about the legal crackheads. That's not what they're trying to deal with right now. No issue for them. Keep passing it. You're good. They're not looking for you. Take your masks off. You're all gonna be fucking tried against humanity, fuckers! Yep, at some point you are. Have your fun. Have your fun. Have your fun. Terrorizing this neighborhood. Fucking traitors!
Government dogs.
Why don't you guys go help Texas? Oh, I forgot. Mexico is helping Texas. I forgot. You weak ass bitches. Terrorizing fucking families. Literally terrorizing this neighborhood, putting fear into kids. That's what they're doing. Like, why don't you guys go help Texas, dude? Like, you're making kids scared. Like, what is this? This shit is weird. Go to Texas. Fucking weird ass. Ooh. Ooh, so weird. I don't care. I would never. I would never. Stop saying they're taking orders.
Well, man, when you're a government dog, that's what the fuck you do. You take orders and then you follow through with those orders, whether you want to or not. As a military veteran, I comprehend that. That's why I got the fuck out. You're not finna have me doing all this extra goofy shit that goes against my morals and my values. And the reason that their faces are covered up is because they don't leave these stations and these places, but they'll be at the same fucking Food for Less or you know, local supermarket shopping in their civilian clothes. You'll never fucking know who they are because they keep their identities hidden for a reason. Because they will lurk amongst you in civilian clothes and still be and when you're a soldier, active duty soldier, or when you've been activated as National Guard, let me tell you something. You are on call 24/7. And they also want intel. You done seen something, heard something. You know what I'm saying? When you're a government dog, that's what comes with the territory. You know what I mean?
Literally terrorizing this neighborhood, putting.
Fucking hate when that happens. Let's keep going.
Shocking news coming out of America. So if you have been posting any anti-ICE content online, you are now going to be targeted by private contractors. Yes, ICE has hired private contractors to go through the internet as source food for anyone that could be critical of ICE or any leaders in the movement against ICE. If you are flagged by these private contractors, they will gather your on.
See, what they're doing is they're considering that an act of sedition. Like I read earlier, they are considering this an act of sedition when I don't care how true it is, when you say something about ICE and Donald Trump and the way shit is going, that is an act of sedition against the government. This sedition, conduct or speech, inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch.
Online history, name, date of birth and location, photos of you using facial recognition, psychological profiles, names of your family and friends, and your social security number. This is really, really alarming for anyone in America that has been speaking or acting out against ICE. Now, personally, I have no intention of traveling to America anytime soon. No, 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 no. Because I have a feeling if I turn up there, I'm going to end up in an ICE detention center in Kentucky, and that's not going to happen. So I think it's up to content creators like myself that are not in America, that have no intention of traveling to America, to now show solidarity and start calling ICE out. So I will endeavor to try and make at least one video a day where I highlight what ICE is doing. If our American comrades are under scrutiny and this is what's happening to them, we will carry on. It's like a relay race. We'll take the baton off you and we will keep going and we will keep calling out ICE. So this is a call to all international content creators. We need to support our brothers and sisters in America that are fighting against ICE.
Yeah, buddy. That's sedition, them seditions. And ICE out here really showing their whole ass. They really going too far. It says anti-ICE protesters fucked around and found out. Don't harass police officers and uh block bridges because they blocked the bridge, right? Oh, the fuck was that flew in the air? Damn. I hear that nigga hating dog in the back. Hey, when you start seeing women get tossed to the ground and beat the fuck up, I don't know what I guess that bitch kicked the nigga's koofy off. I don't know. That shit went flying up in the air. But yeah, when you start seeing women get tossed around, white women at that, oh shit, it's finna go down. You know what I'm saying? This shit is about to go down. It's about to go down. God said. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. You heard them clearly mourning. Scornful men bring a city, Proverbs 29:8. Scornful men bring a city into a snare. A snare is a trap. A wise man turn away wrath. Obviously, this rulership is not wise. Proverbs 29:12. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. Obviously, Trump hearkens. Trump is just a fucking puppet to the elites. Obviously, they hearken to lies. So look around you, right? Proverbs 29:25. The fear of man bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in Yahweh shall be safe. So if your faith ain't correct now, you better get it together. Proverbs 29:27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked. And so if you see people that's not with this program and they fighting against it, they speaking against it, that's because they have some form of being just in their spirit, man. And the unjust, I don't give a shit. If you're a cop, you a soldier, and you see this unjust shit happening and you riding along, well, I just gotta follow orders. I gotta, feed my family and all of this, man. You unjust, man. No excuse. Hey man, I just taking orders, man. I don't, no, fuck all that. You part of this too. You know, more sedition. Check this out.
Tell you that late at night on July 4th, Friday night at approximately 10:37 p.m. at the Prairie Land Ice Detention Center in Alvarado, Texas, 10 to 12 individuals dressed in black military-style clothing began shooting fireworks and engaging in acts of vandalism at the facility. And this was part of an organized attack. Today, my office has charged 10 individuals with 3 counts of attempted murder of a federal officer. Each of the 10 are also charged with 3 counts of discharging a firearm in relation to a crime of violence. Each of these defendants faces a mandatory prison term of 10 years and up to life in prison. An additional co-conspirator was charged with obstruction of justice and conspiracy for attempting to conceal and destroy evidence in relation to the attack. And he faces up to 10 years in prison. Let's discuss the incident. It was a planned ambush with the intent to kill ICE corrections officers. Make no mistake, this was not a so-called peaceful protest. It was indeed an ambush. Tell you that late at
like I say right here, 10 white people tried to unalive ICE agents. And it's not all over the media because they are not immigrants, right? Even more so because they are Edomites. All right, this is the last one. Check this out.
Basically, you guys told me you have no idea who I am or what I am, yet I gave you my license. What is happening? And then, you asked my social security number. That's never happened before. He's like, well, in all honesty, you can thank ICE for this one. I was like, what? He's like, your name. I was like, so because I have a Hispanic last name, I'm flagged in ICE? He's like, well, you're not just flagged, you're kind of removed from everything.
Yeah, buddy. Y'all better get your affairs in order. Okay? Because it's going down. And I'm gonna do a part 2 to this because got some more footage. Some more heavy footage. Because this is about to go down, okay? And when it goes down, it's not it's not gonna go back to normal. Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt, because this is spiritual, Sodom and Egypt, according to Revelation, America is. It's Babylon. It's all of these things wrapped into one. And the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards, right? Because y'all always love to run to these pharmaceuticals, fake ass doctors, and these soothsayers, and these palm readers, and psychics, and shit. The shit gets real. It says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith Yahweh of hosts. All right, the Lord Yahweh of hosts. Get your affairs in order, man. It's about to happen. This civil war situation. It's not just about a race war. It's what they like to point out with that A with the circle on it is anarchy, man. And, that's when this government thrives best because this is a place of confusion. Babel means confusion. This is Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. Okay. And we are just one hop, skip, and jump away from these things popping off. All right. Keep yourself circumspect. Get your household and your spirit in order because it's about to go down. This is just part 1. Till the next time, I bid you shalom.